faculty, staff, friends, family, students, and my fellow graduates. Good morning and welcome to the celebration of the graduation of the University of Wisconsin River Falls Class of 2007. I am honored to stand before you this morning with a message that I hope will send us on our journey, knowing that we are not alone in the challenges we will face, the decisions we will have to make, the goals that we will work to achieve, and the changes we will witness. We are together as an entire society, and more closely, as a class. Life is a fantastic and beautiful journey. Today, we are writing the conclusion to a chapter in our lives, the journey through college. For some of us, this may have been a short trip of 4 simple and carefully planned years. Others may have taken the long way around, made a few detours, and backtracked a little. But we are all still sitting together here today, and we are all successful. I take comfort in seeing all of us united by our caps and gowns, because I know that I am not embarking on my next journey through life alone. Our life journey did not start in college, though, nor will it end when we walk through those doors in just a few hours. Our journey started the day that we began to think for ourselves. At that point, we began to make our own decisions, sometimes to the dislike of our very own parents. We began to face our own challenges, which may have started as simply as whom to play with on the playground. One of the biggest challenges, then as children and today as adults, is the ability to adapt effectively to change in all aspects of our lives. This will be a key to 21st century success. Even when we were little, we started to witness great and significant changes that shaped our lives today. First in elementary school. It was then that we started to develop our dreams into goals. But we didn't call them goals then. We just started dreaming about achieving things. As a child, that was as simple as getting that cookie jar that Mom hides on the very top shelf. To get there, we had to climb up, probably pull off a shelf or two along with all of their contents, and then creatively explain to Mom that the boogeyman did it and the crumbs on our faces were definitely not cookies. We pretended. We imagined that we were doctors, or veterinarians, or teachers. After graduation, we will continue to make our own decisions that will impact every aspect of our lives. We will face challenges that will be more and more complicated. We will make new and more significant goals for our lives, and we will no longer call it playing pretend. Today, we are one step closer to achieving our childhood goals, and we will continue to witness changes that will forever impact our lives. We all remember the days when computer time was special, and we played games on black and green computer screens. Some of us might even remember the noisy dot printers, giant cell phones, or the huge floppy disks that held such games as Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Gone are the days of the floppy disks, noisy dot printers, bag phones, and green and black computer screens. Here are the days of laptops smaller than our books, cell phones that can do it all, tiny flash drives with memories much larger than our desktops, and printers that multitask as copiers, faxes, and scanners. We have witnessed the fastest revolution and adaptation to technology that the world may ever see. And because of that, I fear we have left many people of previous generations behind us. The potential is there for future generations to do the very same thing to us. What goes around comes around. You know, as an only child, I expect to have some times where my parents rely on me. And I definitely know there are times that I still rely on them. However, with new internet advancements, ever-evolving high-tech cell phones, and proliferating technologies we have today, my parents' generation may be left in the dust. I remember receiving phone calls from my parents' house phone this past summer, asking how to work their new flip cell phone. Their questions, and we grads have probably asked most of these as well, were, how do I turn it back on if the battery has died? Why is it singing to me? It beeps, but when I pick it up, there's no one there. Or the ever famous, what do I do when it has gone through a laundry wash cycle with Dad's hunting shirt? We'll just say that Dad was super excited about his turkeys that day and the phone was left in his pocket. The phone smelled downy fresh, and they discovered that cell phones float. Previous generations weren't fortunate enough to grow into this technology, but were thrust into it. We, as the next generation, had the luxury of adapting as we grew and growing as we adapted. We all have a choice to make in our rapidly changing world, a choice that we students have been making every day of our college career, whether we realize it or not. We can accept and adapt to change, to technology, or we can ignore it. Ignoring this challenge will probably cost you a job or two, and perhaps that prime salary you are after to pay off your student loans. But it would be simpler than having to learn something new, right? Graduates, have you really worked this hard to get this far, only to let it all get away? I would place bets that you didn't. Keeping up is better than catching up. If we continue to adapt to the ever-morphing technology, we will see that it will be easier to keep up, and it might give us an edge in the workplace. An edge over another applicant for that top salary, for advancement opportunities, for professional development. I'm reminded of a classic line from the children's movie, Alice in Wonderland. We must run to keep up, and we must run faster to get ahead. To that, I think we could add, you must run even harder to keep ahead. We as students, we're always running between classes, organizations, trying to be social, and studies. Who had time to sleep? We made choices every day by learning how to best manage the time we have and by prioritizing what we would do and what we would forego for the day. Just think if we still had to do all of our papers by typewriters. No spell check, no grammar check, and certainly a whole lot more time consumed. The Wonderland quote also holds true for changes in all areas, including technology. We are going to have to run a whole lot faster and a whole lot harder than ever after walking out the doors today. Because after today, we don't have teachers guiding us and updating us. It is up to us to decide, to choose, to adapt to the changes coming at us, and to continue setting goals that are much higher than the cookie jar that Mom stashes on the top shelf. No longer will we have someone giving us instructions on how to operate programs, life programs, and software programs. We are going to have to apply our academic knowledge, commit to lifelong learning, and experience some trial and error along the way. Today, we are writing the final words on this chapter of our life journey, and we will begin to write the first words of the next chapter of our lives. We are walking into a world that will, at times, be harsh, and at other times it will be the greatest in our lives. We are united as a whole society, and better yet, we are united as the University of Wisconsin River Falls graduating class of 2007. Congratulations, graduates.